Pinball. Left for Dead decades ago is now in the middle of a huge resurgence where thousands of players compete for big money.
When I get fired up, yeah! I'm unstoppable.
I'm just laser focused.
When I step up for the first time, everything's gonna go perfect. And then when everything fucks up, then that's when it goes to shit.
If I can destroy the game, then there's nothing that you can do to stop me.
It's one of the best kinds of addictions.
Pinball is something that's universally loved. Competitive pinball is universally misunderstood.
Here in Chicago, the best pinball players in the world have gathered in a tournament to test their skills. Some, like 11-year-old Escher Lepkov, are here to prove that sometimes raw talent can win over even the most seasoned competitors.
To be a good pinball player, you need the skills. It's making your shots and just know the bounces.
Every machine is a puzzle and you have to solve it. A good player analyzes the machine that they're playing on while they're playing it and constructs a critical path.
Gravity wins, eventually, and it's what you do in those moments where you're getting the ball back into play.
You just zone out everything and it feels like, you're not operating flipper buttons, but the flippers become almost extensions of your fingers.
And if you're, in the moment, you can sort of get through the glass and really it's not the flippers that are going, it's your hands that are just sort of pushing things where to go. The ball really is you moving around doing things in this 3D world that exists under glass.
It's trying to control this chaos.
Qualifying rounds begin on a newly released machine, The Walking Dead. Few players have gotten the chance to even play once, much less develop a strategy. But they must learn on the fly. Only the top 4 among hundreds of the world's best who have traveled here to Chicago will make it to the finals.
Playing a machine that premieres at a tournament is exciting because the test becomes how quickly can you figure this game out. It kind of levels the playing field.
I didn't come here to lose. Come here. Get across. Make the shot! I played better than people that scored higher than me in the way that I was controlling the ball. I just didn't get the breaks I needed.
But while Sean Grant doesn't make the cut, Escher is out to prove he's worthy of a seat at the table.
I needed like 40 million, and my multi-ball was like 10 shots away. And I got there. I got 150 million my very first time playing it. That's all I needed.
Tiger Woods steps up to the tee box. He's evaluating the wind. He's already asking where the pin placement is. He's wondering where the cuts of the rough are more or less difficult. That's how I approach pinball. Having a plan and then executing that plan is already in my mind before I plunge the first ball. Boom! Take that shit.
Josh's score is good enough for 4th place and a potential berth in the finals, but little brother Zach, the last player in the qualifying round, poses a real threat. It's a hardcore sibling rivalry as Zach attempts to bump his brother from his spot in the finals.
My brother and I have always kind of had a little, I don't want to say sibling rivalry, it's a healthy competition. I have never seen it in person, have never played it ever in my life, and had a really good game. And unfortunately knocked Josh out of qualifying.
4 minutes before the tournament closed, and he just knocked me out.
1 silver ball, 3 chances to determine who will be champion. The final field of 4 is set. All eyes are on number 3 in the world, Zach Sharp, and rising star, Escher Lepkov.
To see the very top guys and to see Escher right in the middle of it, it's like, yeah, he belongs here. He earned it. So it's like, okay, Escher, we can do this.
I went first, just to put pressure on them.
The finalists played tight and safe throughout their first 2 rounds. Zach's brother Josh, not competing in the finals, could only stand by and watch it unfold.
After 2 balls, I think everyone was at 6 million or under. And something like that totally dictates the way you're going to play. I'm going to be as conservative as possible.
But on the 3rd and final ball, things suddenly take a turn. Escher unlocks his multi-ball and with a massive round of scoring, pulls away from the field.
When Escher steps up and goes from 6 to 37, and you know, Zach and I have a chance to chat, and he's like, I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked. I wish he ended it, so, you know, somewhere around 15, and I could have grinded something out. There was a plan of attack for all 4 of those guys. Because of what Escher did, Zach had to alter what his plan of attack was for his ball.
There's a shot on there to start multi-ball that wasn't registering very well. So when Escher actually started his multi-ball, I thought he won.
In multi-ball action, 3 additional balls are released onto the playing field. A player can rapidly drive up the points if they can overcome the mental stress of playing 4 balls at once.
It's mind-blowing, the pressure. I'm a little disappointed because Zach is so good, and he is, as he's proven many times before when he's playing Escher, Escher's just another player to him. And he usually wins. He is by far one of the very best players.
I was last place going into that last ball, and then in my head it's just like, you know what, start that multi-ball. I hit the shot, it didn't register, I'm like, just give me the ball back. Made the shot, started multi-ball, and yep, rest is history.
Zach caught me with a huge 60 million.
Ultimately, I was happy how it turned out. Ideally, I'm sure if Escher won, it would be like the people's champion, you know, a little 11-year-old beating all these grown men, but you know, I'm competitive, so screw that script. Like, I wanted to win.